Hello, History 120 students. Going into finals week here, and just thought I would make a video recording for this announcement. I hadn't done that in a little while. So just checking in. Want to give you a couple quick reminders, talk a little bit about Exam 4, and look at wrapping things up. So I hope everybody's doing well. Making this recording on Saturday, December 12th. And first of all, hopefully I remember to post this recording as an announcement. There was a gap over Thanksgiving there where I fell out of communications with you, and part of the reason for that is that I made a video recording announcement on the Monday before Thanksgiving, and it takes a little bit of time after I get these made for them to upload to YouTube, and I did that and walked away, did some other things, didn't realize that I forgot to post that as an announcement until I think last week when I started to make an announcement to follow up on it and realized I'd done that. So I apologize, A, for falling out of communication there for that extended period, and B, for not getting that announcement up. Had a lot of details about just what the plans were for the rest of the semester, which I've since communicated to you, that I intended to get that to you a lot sooner. So apologize for that error. Hopefully I remember to get this video up. Probably will. Recording in my classroom here, so I'll probably wait to leave until it's uploaded and I can take care of that. Number one, your Module 15 reply post. That's the last module dealing with the Civil War, and that is where you're using the American Battlefield Trust website to learn a little more in depth about a battle of your choice, and then you post about that battle and what you've learned. Specific directions are up. The reply posts for that are due before the end of the day today, Saturday, December 22nd. The initial posts for that were due Thursday. However, I will take those late. Points will not be deducted. I've tried to be pretty flexible about that this semester, especially with the circumstances we're in. But if you have not taken care of that, make sure you get that knocked out as soon as possible. And the incentive now is the sooner you get all of this knocked out, the sooner you're done with the course. Exam 4 is up, has been up for about a week. I think I got it up late sometime last weekend. Is very much like the first two exams, two parts. The first part's the multiple choice. That is just over modules 13 through 15. And there are 27 questions, 2 points each. It's going to be worth 50, but you can score 4 bonus points. Canvas will show that's worth 54. Once everybody's finished, I go back in and manipulate Canvas so that it's worth 50, and then do a quick regrade. It's just easier to do it that way with Canvas because there's really not a extra credit function that works the way I want it to. So that will get manipulated so it's worth 50, and you can score 4 bonus points. Be aware, there is a time limit of 75 minutes. It's open resource, but you do have that time limit, so you don't want to spend too much time digging to find things, or you'll run out of time. You have 2 attempts. The first attempt is due before the end of the day this coming Wednesday, and then the final attempt is due by the end of the day Friday. That will be December 18th, so by midnight that night. The second part of the exam is the document-based and essay part of the exam. The document-based part of it has 2 documents that you'll look at and 5 questions based on those documents. All 5 questions together are worth 10 points. Using the document-based rubric on that, which actually allows you to score up to 12 points, so you get 2 bonus points. And then there are 2 sets of essay questions. The first set, there are 5 questions, and you choose 1. All you need to do is answer 1. And that set of essay questions, they're all over modules 13 to 15. I am required to give a comprehensive element, and the way I do that, fudge a little bit, but I have the second set of multiple choice questions, and there's 5 of those. You'll choose one of those 5 to answer. Again, think about the big themes in the course. women, changing role of women in society, issue of slavery, evolution of Constitution and our governmental system and political system, and westward movement and development in terms of industry and technology. Those are some of the big themes, so you'll be asking to kind of reflect on those. Be sure to use specific details to support your answers. That's a big key. And that part of the test is not timed, and it is open resource. You have one attempt, and again, that is due Thursday. Let me double check. I thought I had that up here. Bear with me a second. That's not in my notes. So pardon me. I read something recently that said little glitches like this are good because it gives authenticity to what I'm doing. So we'll use that as my excuse. I want to make sure I'm giving you the accurate information. And so the document base is due, yes, the 17th, end of the day 17th. So make sure that you take care of that as well. Late work. Some of you still have some things missing. I will still take late work, but at this point, I do have some time constraints on me and some deadlines to meet myself. So I will take anything prior to the last module up until Wednesday, December 16th. If it's submitted after that, I won't grade it, largely because I'm just not going to have the turnaround time to take care of that. So make sure you get that in. And I am continuing to hack away at grading. I actually made a little more progress this week simply because I didn't have to spend as much time prepping. So I'm chipping away at that. And my approach at this point is some of you have already turned in both parts of Exam 4. So as the essay document part of Exam 4 rolls in, I will try to get those graded and back to you as quick as possible because that's going to have the biggest effect on your grade. Once that's done, I will go back and pick up where I left off with the grade book on my grading. I believe, again, I'll just double check myself here. Authenticity is what this is. I started grading this morning module 13.321. I have left to grade module 14 document assignment and the module 15 discussion. The module 13.321, the module 14 document assignment, we'll be able to grade those pretty quick. Discussions take a little more time, but everything will be graded. My goal would be to have everything graded by the end of next Sunday, hopefully sooner. Depends on how quick work comes into me. Again, if you've turned things in late and they're not graded, they will get graded, but I catch up on all my current grading first. So one of the last things I'll do next weekend is just to clean up all those loose ends of things that trickled in after the deadlines and after I've graded everything else. So if you're concerned about that, it will get taken care of. It just takes me some time to get back to that stuff that was turned in late. Like I said, many of you have finished up everything in the course, or a couple of you have. Great job with that. Way to go. Awesome. You guys are wrapped up. You're done. So you may not even see this. But overall, it's been a great semester in terms of the class. I know our world has been chaos. I've been real impressed with the work that everybody has done. I've been real impressed, with how everybody's conducted themselves. We touch on some topics that could be controversial and that people have different perspectives on. And people have expressed those, but you have done them in a very civil, appropriate, respectful manner. That's awesome. Wish we could see that more in our society in general. But that's one of the reasons, one of the benefits of all forms of education. But it teaches us to do that. And so I think what I've seen in this class is you guys are great, and hopefully you're models for others, and you continue that in your life outside of academics. But everyone's been great about that. I've seen some great insights, some great responses discussion boards. I've been real impressed. A lot of times the response posts on discussion boards are challenging. And a lot of you have done a really good job of going beyond just the, hey, I agree, and say 2 or 3 sentences after that. But you've elaborated, and that's great. You're using details. Another thing I've seen a lot of growth in, and something I really try to emphasize, is those document exercises and exercising those historical thinking skills. I see a lot of growth in that manner, and those are skills that we can apply just in critical thinking in our lives in general, when we're assessing information in all forms, particular when we're assessing information about current events and news resources. That same type of thinking is easily applied there. And so I'm very happy with the development that I've seen there. As I've said, I think a couple times, my goal is not to make anybody a historian. It's awesome if some of you might decide to pursue more career in history or a related field. That would be wonderful, but I don't expect that, especially working at a technical college. I know many people are headed in different directions, but it's valuable skills to have and knowledge to have, and I've been encouraged by what I've seen. So everyone's done great work. I've been real happy. You guys communicated well. You've been very patient with me. It's difficult teaching full-time high school, especially the type of program that I'm teaching in. Lots of plates to spin there, and then trying to keep up with my college course on the side. But I love teaching my online college classes, especially here at OTC, and the students I have. Is a great experience, so I enjoy it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I do. I hope everyone feels like you have learned at least something that has helped you grow as a person. To me, that's one of the biggest reasons to study history, is that it helps us grow as individuals in a lot of different ways. I also hope that many of you walked away with a stronger interest in history, and maybe even are considering studying, even if you don't want to major in history. Again, I don't necessarily expect that, but maybe you think, hey, I'd like to take a few more history classes. And I would highly encourage you to do that. That'd be awesome to hear about that. And I would encourage you, and there are opportunities here at OTC. They're somewhat limited because we're a technical community college. Don't have the offers you might have at a 4-year school. But just to mention a few real quick, History 130 is the second half of U.S. history, picks up where we left off and comes up to the current time. Great class. I've taught that a time or two in the past. I enjoy it, but possibly be teaching that again in the future. History 105 and 106 are world history classes, kind of split world history. 105 first half, 106 more recent world history. Those are both excellent classes. And then History 230 is kind of a specialized class. It's 20th century America. I believe Greg French, our department chair, teaches that, and that would be a great course. I don't believe it's offered next semester, though, but you might look for it on down the road if you're interested. And then there's History 295, which is a special topics, and there's 2 different sections available next spring. One is Section 201. That's History of the Holocaust, and that's co-taught by Jennifer Bump and Michelle Hudgens, who's an English teacher. And they teach that out at Richwood. It's a very popular class, great class, so if you're interested in that, pretty heavy topic. And then History 295 W01 is the History of China, which is taught by Dr. Jessica Gerard, and that's an online course. Great class. Place of China in our world is ever evolving. So valuable course that used to be a travel course where they actually had the opportunity to take a trip to China at the end of the semester, after the semester ended. Because of changing things, how things have changed globally, she's not able to do that, at least currently. It's still a really interesting class that I would encourage you. And I think a lot of people might be interested because I hear a lot of students say, well, we hear the same things over and over and learn the same things. We don't learn about Asia. And Dr. Gerard has a high level of expertise in that area. So good class. Again, don't want to turn anybody into historians necessarily. I realize many of you run in the past, but I would say if you have an interest in history, and it's a frustration of mine, going back to my own personal experience of figuring out what I was going to do, because I had an interest in history and was always told, well, you can't do anything but teach with that. And I was told that if you want to teach, you can only teach history if you're going to be a coach. That is not true. I proved that out. But there are lots of things you can do with a history degree well beyond teaching. At some point in the course, I know I shared a video from the National Park Service, and there are numerous really interesting jobs with the Park Service. And that's just one example of many things you could do with a history degree. So if it's something you're passionate about, don't be discouraged. And if you want some more feedback, feel free to contact me. We could discuss the numerous possibilities that might exist out there. And if I can ever help anybody in any way, please let me know. And I would love to have any of you in class again. The typical trend the last several semesters is that I'm teaching the 120 late start. But as I said earlier, I have taught 130 and 105. And hopefully in the near future, I'll be in a position where I'll be able to teach more sections of college courses for OTC, depending on how things evolve in my world. But that is a goal for me. And so you might want to warn family and friends that are anticipating taking history classes in the future, warn them about me and the dangers of my class. Say that facetiously. Hopefully you don't feel that you need to warn them away from me, and hopefully you would encourage them and feel like it was a good experience. So, but I want to help in any way I can. Again, I really hope that, if nothing else, I've kindled something of an interest in history with you and help you to see the values in it. And I hope that you will continue that pursuit, whether it's in taking classes or just finding, reading on your own, or, today, the accessibility of documentaries and podcasts and other things. Lots of good information out there. And again, apply those historical thinking skills, though, when you're choosing those sources, because unfortunately there's a lot of misinformation. But I hope everyone continues your pursuit of understanding history. And as I said, I feel like one of the biggest reasons is it helps you understand yourself and the world we live in. I'll wrap up. I will probably post a few reminders, hopefully. I get busy and then that gets away from me, but I plan to post on some reminders early in the week about exam forward, anything else that might pop up. If you have questions, please let me know. And again, I want to help you in any way I can. If I can do that in the future, you know my email, you know where I'm at. So feel free to get in touch with me. But again, great semester. And some of you, this may be the last you hear from me because you've wrapped up and you've moved on. Farewell to everyone, and good luck with your future endeavors.